Right then, so I'm going to do a really quick review of the Time Xpro 15 pedals, which are the absolute top end time pedal made by SRAM, which in all honesty, to be quite honest, I really cannot believe what they're like. I really cannot believe what they're like. In all honesty, I really cannot. I am quite shocked, to be quite honest, right now. These, right, you can see that. It's a Mavic. It's an old Mavic, original Mavic made pedal. So it'll be the same kind of factory that done, let's say, the original time pedals, right? So it'll be out of that factory compared to when it was owned by SRAM now. Excuse me. Right, so yeah, these are as basic as you come. Say basic, you got your carbon body, you got a tie axle which I've retrofitted from some Castello pedals which you can get on AliExpress, but I'll talk a bit more about that in a little while. I don't want to make this too long, this video. Right, so you got that. Now they're not bad, they operate. Now these are in all honesty, weight wise, right, very light. I can tell you how heavy these are. So it's 84 a side, so it's about 165 for two, 165 to either side of these. So technically they're pretty good. I've also got some Time 12s Expresso, Time 12 Expresso, Time Xpro 12s. These are also copies, right? Weight of them 80. So they're 80, right? So they're about the same as these, right? Now, the indicative Xpro Xpro 15 feel really nice, very light. Still have the iClick system like a mouse trap. Put your cleat in and it clicks around that cleat at the back there. You got what is it? You got I think it's 5-degree movements, like left and right, and then you got 2.5 sideways as well. Lateral, I think it is, lateral movement. But anyway, these are like the top end pedals. Not many pros ride these, even most. I've seen some of the track riders, the track cycling team riding the red, which is actually these, to be quite honest. And I did buy them, but given the fact that these are 130, about 130 at the moment in the UK, I thought I'd try them as well. And in all honesty, they're a bit heavier than these. Sorry, the bit heavy, yeah, by about 10 gram or 10 gram heavier. So let's just check these for weight wise. Let's put this weight scale on again. Right, so this is going to be 88. So it was 88 for that. 88 for that. For the Mavic, 85. And for the Time 12 copy, right, 81. So it's 81 for that. So you're talking about 162 grams for both pair of them. Now I weighed the cleats before. The cleats, right, cleats here for the Time Xpro and Xpro. That come up at 80. I think it was 80 for a lot of them. Let's just try that out. 89. So 89. So you've got, what is it? Let's say, so you got 160 for, let's say, two of these. 160. So it's 160, 360, take 10, 360. So that's 350. What am I saying? Yeah, 360 gram. If you compare that to an SPDSL, you're going to come in light, and I know that looks do a really light pedal as well. But as far as I'm concerned, right, I'll tell you about why I really made this video. Right, the reason I really made this video is because I'm trying to do it quick because I will ramble on with stuff stupidly. But anyway, right, the reason I went on about this, I wanted to do this, is that the feel of this, that's the Mavic one, the feel of this compared to this is, your foot's a lot stiffer in this. I know that I have had this off before now, on another pair of these, another set of these I've got, and the carbon blade on the bottom of them is a lot wider than you get on that. I feel as though the design of this is a lot better than the design of the carbon blade on that. I wouldn't want to take these off because I want to probably end up sending them back, in all honesty, because as much as your foot is really is securely held in them for a fact, and who doesn't want that? If you're wondering, by the way, if you unscrew them, the top plate of this will come off, as well as the bottom of the pedal covering and the fairing, the aero section of the pedal. But anyway, like your foot, to go back at what I was saying, your foot's very firmly held in it for a fact. You don't get no left and right, no wobble, no shaky on the axle. It's really well adjusted. You get a bit on them, like I'm talking minutely, but to be quite honest, in all honesty, you really don't feel it on the riding. I've noticed what you get with the weight of your pedal force going down and around the stroke cadence and the likes. That weight of your leg going around in itself, never mind the power you're pushing through, that little tiny bit of movement you might get on the axle on these, and obviously zero on them. Okay, you could say, you know, negotiate it and all this kind of stuff, but I think, to be quite honest, when it comes down to it, it's not that much. There isn't really that much in it. But in all honesty, I really am not impressed with these. Like, these are £400 to £500 pedals, and I got these for £230 at the moment. They go in the sale for £230 quid, and I am absolutely astounded. Like, I looked at these as if to say, whoa, yeah, they must be something else and such like and such like. But I'm just surprised more than anything. Like, you know, it's got the 15 there, the others have got the 12 there instead in red, and they did come advertised as that being on the 12, the Xpro 12, that being red, but it turns out it's black, strangely enough. But I do know that this can get dirty quite a lot, and I guess these are really showy and everything. Adjustment is by this little screw here. Comes in the easiest section. Turn it right one more to get a medium, one more to get the hard, and you can either turn it back again anti-clockwise or carry on round, and it'll go back to the easiest setting. On the copy version of these, this screw isn't very strong and it's very stiff and it can round off. With these, I've found is that you use a wide flat screwdriver, right, and make it so it really fits the hole, so it doesn't like round it off, because it's not metal. I think maybe, I don't know if they might have toyed with metal on the design, but I was looking at the difference between these and the copies from AliExpress, and nowhere to lie, they are a absolute mirror image, except for the fact that this bottom fairing is more whiter on the copies than this being more of a matte white. Obviously these will just get mashed most of the time with most people, and it take a hell of a lot to keep pedals and shoes obviously in great condition. It really does take a hell of a lot. Another difference I noticed between these and the copies are, it doesn't say patent on the on one of the pedals on the copies, whereas on these, on one of the pedals, it does say patent, and on the copies it says made in France on the bottom there, but on these it doesn't, as far as I'm aware. No, on that one it doesn't say made in France on that either. But yeah, very surprised, disappointed, I guess you could say. Just astounded, really. I say, from a hardcore point of view, like, these are a great pedal, but I've found, like, these, like, I've found, looking at these sideways, like, the width to that, the width to the top plate on that, and the width to the top plate on that, I can guarantee you the width for me, like they're supposed to be wider, but I find there's a width, these are wider by about, if you look at them even axle to axle, these are about 2 mil wider on the width. Now, I came from Shimano SPDSL pedals to go onto these, and I noticed that these being slightly narrower than the SPDSLs. But I'd done a lot of research over the years. Like, I've been cycling so long now, and I noticed that width of the pedal is a really great help. speed plates are just too small. But these are the kind of, I don't know if these being the ultimate, like I used to ride these, I tried these on the Costellos, the AliExpress variants, and you know, I guess when I could push a bit more than I used to be able to, and I found them a bit like maybe too weak, but I don't know, maybe you've got to ride them in a certain way, I just don't know. But I like these I rode in kind of very wet conditions actually, and the axle has actually just kind of snarled up. It not snarled up, it still goes round, it's still fine, because the only thing about the difference between these, the fake ones and the real ones, I found is that you, on the original times, you get I think you get a bearing here, but you know, you definitely generally almost always get a bearing there, and you get a bush inside, especially on these. I think you get a real bearing on this section here in some way. I'm not too sure, but on the lower end ones, you just get a bushing that's like banged into the pedal body here around this section, and so yeah, it's negotiable and that. But either way, these very surprising. I guess you could say you could keep them for absolute top end stuff, but it seems like you get more flexibility out of these in use, like beyond the normal 5 degree. I guess that's because the carbon spring plate, obviously, like I've said, is smaller, narrower. I don't know if it's not as thick either, and therefore it's got more elasticity. So therefore it's more given, yet you'll still get that, because Time give you that centering kind of aspect with a little 5 degree movement, and then you get the spring effect of it coming out, and then it'll come out for you. The click system is great because you know you have got a certain degree of movement to get into it, and you can't go into it like way off and into it. It does have to be a bit in to get it to go in. But once it's pretty fine for most people. Well, for me anyway. But either way, to sum up, basically, this Time Xpro 15, very surprising how mediocre, with the greatest respects to Time, it is. Very surprising. Another thing as well, I don't know if this is true, but I've found that these top plates, if you get a little bit of wear, you can't switch them over to each pedal. I don't know if that's true, because you definitely can't do it on these, but I think I'm right in saying that you can't switch them between pedals unless they've changed the design whereby you can switch them on these. I'm not sure, but I love the idea of having such an absolute top end pedal for like 230, but 230 quid in the UK. But as it is, maybe they did loosen up the carbon springs inside, and because they do loosen up for a fact, they really do. They will loosen up, I guess you could say, but right now out the box they are stiff as good God, and like sometimes I'll ride along and my foot will be ankle out a bit, and then it'll just like go, when I'm out the saddle going up the hills or sort of, like it'll go in more a bit, and it might move it'll move like that a bit, and then that, and then that, and it'll vary, because that's what the pedal opposite the ergonomics of that, and that's why I feel Time are the best as they are. One last thing I will say, the copies of these, the Xpro 15s, which you got a long time ago, this section here where it goes from when it moves from the carbon body to the side here, it's smoother on the copy than it is on the real one, which was quite, like, it's a little, I'm splitting hairs there. I am splitting hairs. I will be quite open about that. You know, I really am analysing things a lot, but I was quite surprised that it's smoother on the copy from the carbon body to the bottom fairing on the copy than it is on the real one. Make of that what you will, but either way, I hope that might have helped you, and I give you a bit of a heads up on this. The white, I guess, doesn't help about dirt, but I don't know if you'd be using these for everyday use. It'd be good if you did, say, like a total black version, a bit more about like a mean black. That'd be good. And you could jazz it up with something of like silvers or something, so it wouldn't be as glary. But obviously they want to shram. Time want to make it so it's really flashy. But anyway, not as great as I thought they'd be. The Time Xpro 15s, very light, 85 gram. I think I said it was, but heavier than these. I think it's because these are stripped out only. These are stripped out a lot, and they're well known as being a light pedal if you can get away with them. But yeah, that's my views on the Time Xpro 15 pedals.